the Canes and the Noles, once upon a time, barely noticed outside the state of Florida. With those battles in the 80s and the 90s, put both programs on the national map, made both of them champions, and we are lucky to have another showdown between these two today. Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida. It's the Miami Hurricanes and the Florida State Seminoles. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
The Hurricanes head coach told me before the game he understands the rivalry nature of this game, and he has asked his players to play with poise every step of the way. This crowd can get you off your pace. They can disrupt things at the line of scrimmage. And he said, guys, we have to communicate and stick together in this environment today. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. So Miami's offense will have the ball first. Boy, you can go down the list of classic endings in this series, and last year we had one with the Canes pulling it out.
And Miami was the one who got to celebrate because they eked it out, they got the close win, and more importantly, Palmer, they got to brag for a year about beating their in-state rival, Florida State.
They're hoping they can do that for another year, and they know that this is going to be another dogfight. This is simply one of those games at the start of the year. Miami, Florida State, you know someone's winning, but it's not going to be by a lot of points. Miami's hoping they can make it 2 in a row.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
As Holly mentioned earlier, this home crowd can create a huge advantage. The play fake. Finds his man. It's Vaughn. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up in a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it. You've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Grabbed over the middle. It's Lofton. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. And the Hurricanes are flying down the field. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Pringle. At the 35, he's open. Got a little grip, and he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Miami.
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football. You come in on the first drive, and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk. And strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. You've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
gun. It's Chroma. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup, but the defense, Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion right now, too, because the fans are excited. The offensive line is absolutely juiced after that opening play. They're now getting lathered up. They're now getting excited. They're pointing to the sideline. Run it again. Run the same play again.
Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Gonna run it. It's Chroma. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's third and short. Looking downfield, it's Sperry. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He's running free down the middle. All the way. Touchdown, Hurricane!
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
The run inside. It's Singleton. Got the first down. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Solid run on the last play, gives this offense another first down. Using his legs, it's Chroma. Gain of about 4, sets up a 2nd and 6. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time in late in the season.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
Plows his way ahead. He's past the sticks. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
And the Noles with the 1st and 10. Quarterback changing the play. Looking to throw, it's Sperry. He's going to let it go. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
He's got it on the right. Turning it on. The 20. He's brought down the line of play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. The Seminoles, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. In the red area, it's Gentry. Defense all over it. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. From the gun, he'll try to throw. He's got it and still on his feet. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Noles!
There's really never any doubt with this guy. The coaching staff always talks about his leadership and his mental toughness. That was a bad interception on the opening drive, but he's able to turn the page and show you his short-term memory and just come out and stay aggressive, sling it around a little bit, and this offense is able to answer with a touchdown of their own.
And how nice is it if you're a coordinator to have a guy like that you can depend on? Like, he doesn't dwell on the one mistake. He doesn't let it turn into two. A lot of times you can see that snowball effect, man. Just a nice bounce back for him individually and for this offense to put the early turnover behind him.
Out wide left, it's Jacobs. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
Mensah fires to the wideout. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the third down.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Out wide right, it's really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Fires downfield. Finds his man. It's Lofton.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now, having given up multiple first downs on this drive. Somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
The Hurricanes look to keep this drive humming. Throwing, Mensah. Got his man on the outside. Showed off just about every move in the book, except the forward move. Stopped for a short gain. I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny, you spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference games like this.
And I think both of these coaching staffs, David, understand that, and they've been preaching to their team, we've got to start fast. Not just in this game. We've got to start the season fast. We've got to take advantage of this opportunity.
And I think Reese hit it right in the head, too. The wheel of destiny, right? It seems like it's a new team every year that's playing in the championship and appears to be a wide-open league. So a lot of turmoil, a lot of change. I think that starting 1-0 is an important step to getting to that championship game.
Complete in the middle. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Left side is Mueller. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on that second down.
The pass is incomplete. Thought they might catch the defense napping, but it'll be 3rd down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Gives it. Defense coming out with a huge stop, perhaps to force a field goal that would make it a 2-possession game. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. It's good. Easy call for the ref. And that lead grows even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Straight ahead, it's Croma. There he goes! Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
That is such a good run. I'll tell you, if you're going to put on a Seminole helmet, you better be dangerous with the ball in your hands at the running back position, right? You think back to the late, great Bobby Bowden. He was always able to recruit a difference maker at that position. He would have loved to have this guy in his offense because it feels like he can score a touchdown every single time he has the ball.
Might have a chance. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. The Noles want to move quickly.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Making the adjustment. Wide receiver going in motion. Give to the back. Looking for a crease. Good pickup on that play. Let's give him 9 on that one, and that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. And the Seminoles in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Hits inside. It's Singleton. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. The Seminoles will snap it on 1st and 10. To the air, it's Berry. Out wide left, it's Croma. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. They're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Got 7 on that last completion. They might be able to take a shot on 2nd and 3. And he could not get loose on the run.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Ball's at the 22. 3rd and short coming. Can the defense force them to settle for a field goal? Just going to keep it after the snap. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what we're going to need to see from this offense, man. Once the field starts to shrink, you get on this side of the field, you're down by 10 points, man. You need to put the ball in the end zone. Like, you're thinking touchdown, not field goal. And they really got to be physical, establish this run game, and do everything they can to get 7 on this drive.
That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now we get a timeout taken by the Seminoles. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. On the ground, it's Croma. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. Touchdown Seminoles! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sideline and be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
From our gorgeous Orlando studios, it's the Week 5 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's start with Memphis taking on the Tulane Green Wave.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Before we kick off the second half, Holly Rowe, what do you have?
Miami's head coach told me coming out of the locker room, they are really thrilled with how their defense is playing so far. They knew coming in that they had a really tough opponent in the wide receiver on the other team, somebody who could change a game with one route. But their defense has been stout and solid. We'll see if they can continue to do that here as that wide receiver gets the ball here to start the second half. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Leaves it in his belly. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
And I don't want to marginalize you guys' athletic ability, but I feel like Palmer and Davis both could have ran through that hole. I mean, that was unbelievable job by the offensive line, paving the way. He's getting to the second level before he's even getting contacted. That better change for this defense, or they're going to be in for a long game.
Tight end now in motion. Quick give. It's Gentry. They'll give him 4 on the pickup. It's 2nd and 6. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Caught behind the line. It's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery.
Fumbles are great when you force them, and you're always thinking about as a defensive player, but man, when the weather conditions start to come down, it starts to rain, and you know that ball's a little bit slick, and you know more runs are coming, you really try to get to that football. Nice job getting the football out, falling on top of it, forcing the turnover.
coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. Motion from the wide receiver. Sets his feet. It's Sperry. Setting up the screen. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the first down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we're going to kick a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be, and now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
And the Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. Running inside, it's Gentry. They were all over it.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
Changing the routes with his receivers. 2nd down, gonna throw it. Throws to the wideout. Right side, it's Lopez. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
Man, it's players over plays, isn't it? Like, find your guys, find your matchups. They keep finding him on this drive, and he keeps delivering. That's a really good job by the play caller. Don't try to get tricky. Don't try to outsmart yourself. Your guy is better than his guys.
They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. So Miami signals for a timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Hits the hole, it's Croma. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. The Canes will go ahead and call that 2nd timeout. And they'll have to be very judicious as they only have 1 timeout remaining. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Powers inside. Gets it inside the 5, and now it'll be 1st and goal from the 4. The Seminoles in the hurry-up. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Looks as if he's going to run it. Touchdown, Florida State. That one will give them the lead.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this in the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
The returner will field it and bring it back. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. So as soon as they step on the field here in the 3rd quarter, they find themselves trailing, and now they'll try to answer with a score of their own. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Pringle. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks. But how about the linebackers swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Here's Mensah to throw. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
And how impressed are you right now at this defensive line here early in the second half? They are getting a tremendous pass rush up front. It doesn't matter what you do in the back end, coverage-wise, blitz-wise. If those dudes up front win the one-on-ones for any offense, it's going to be an issue. Now, David, they've got this offense backed right up against the wall.
Man, they got them backed up right where they want them. A big opportunity not only to get points for their offense in the future, but maybe get points on their defense. When you back them up right here, how aggressive do you want to be? Because as a play caller, I know the defense can be aggressive, which also means I can take shots and sometimes make big plays.
Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Makes the tackle, really strong, disciplined job, and now we have 1 period to play. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Final stands in the game, and we'll start with the first down. Making the adjustment on the play. From the gun, it's Croma. Runs through a tackle.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy that you can depend on. Like, this offense is built around him for a reason. Just a good running back. You can see, gets north-south, doesn't dance, picks up positive yards, breaks tackles. He's just a really good player, and that's why this offense runs through.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. Looking for space, it's Singleton. Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Right at the line. He'll be stopped short. It'll bring up 4th down as this defense makes a play.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Looking for the marker. Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
Well, one of the best compliments you can pay a running back is they get stronger as the game goes on. This guy's been awesome all game long, and you're seeing it here in the fourth quarter. He's trying to ice this thing and close it out, still running strong.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Nowhere to run, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. The Hurricanes will call their 3rd timeout. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. 5 defensive backs on the field as they desperately try to keep them out of the end zone late. Keeping it on the ground on 3rd and goal. He'll be stopped short, could not drive his way into the end zone, and now they're faced with 4th and goal.
And this offense, I don't think this is going to be a surprise. I think the offense is going to stay on the field. You've already seen it once on this drive, and they've already been successful. You know how hard it is to defend when there's an extra down, and they do it over and over again?
Touchdown, Florida State! And they take it in for 6 more points. They extend the lead here in the 4th, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1. And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem.
4th and goal, gotta have it. Who do you go to? You give it to your playmaker. You give it to your quarterback. You trust him. You trust him handling the football. He does what he's supposed to do, gets downhill, makes the 4th down conversion, and they get in for 6.
Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. Time is running short. They've let this game get away from them a little bit. They must get something done here to have a chance to pull it out late. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Slings it downfield. He's got it. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain. And the Canes are in the hurry-up.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically.
He's going for a big play downfield. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores. Sets his feet. It's Berry. Rushes on. That one's not even close. 2nd and long here. They want that clock to run.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. That ball is caught past the marker, but he is out of bounds, and it'll be 4th down.
And that would have been a big 3rd down conversion, but you got to know where you're at on the field. He made the catch, but out of bounds. Now this sets up a decision time for 4th down.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll move the wide receiver. Got to make the play on 4th. He's looking deep. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Mensah makes a catch. Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming.
You know, I think at this situation in the game, trailing like they are with only a couple minutes to go, short throws aren't going to get it done. You're going to have to be a lot more aggressive.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And how about the defense coming up with a big play late in this football game? Offense trying to put something together. But, man, they anticipated pass. They played with great vision in the back end, broke on the football, Palmer, and they called game.
Yeah, they had the lead. They knew the offense was probably going to have to be throwing the football to try to get back in this thing, and everybody's eyes on the QB. What a great job jumping in front of...
There he goes down the right side. The 20. Touchdown, Noles. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And with that throw, man, you've got to look at this two-game run for this team. Like, to be able to do it in back-to-back weeks against ranked opponents, guys that you know, this is going to be a resume builder, a confidence builder for this squad. Impressed with the way this offense has handled their situation. The QB has handled some difficult moments. But Palmer, back-to-back weeks against ranked opponents. That's pretty impressive.
Big for his confidence as a player. I think big for the offensive coordinator and the head coach and their confidence in him as well, because you're right. You beat 2 top 25 teams in 2 straight weeks, in large part because of the way he's played. As a quarterback now, you're...
Makes the catch on the left. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over. Maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping and clawing.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown. But you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Throwing, Mensah. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown! Makes the grab in the corner.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. The hands team eliminating any potential drama with the onside kick, and the clock is going to run out on this one. Florida State comes out ready to put something together on this drive. Now the chance to take a knee and just put the finishing touches on this victory.
Yeah, and this offense has done their job, man. They've been so productive, built the lead. Listen, their defense has pulled their weight as well. But now, Jesse, you get to exhale, you get to breathe, and you know we got the W, and we played well.
And we got to think about where we're taking our girlfriend and parents for dinner, right? What side are we ordering with our giant steak? We've earned it in this game. Now it's time to go celebrate.
Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Back to pass. It's Sperry. Fires to the big fella. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Called the... Oh, now the kicker's going to throw it. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the fourth down decision pays off big time. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game. And the Noles have it with a 1st and 10. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Sells to run, looking to pass. Escapes the pressure to his right. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. This might be a little easier if it were straight on, but a 43-yarder from the right hash. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. Looking for room, it's Croma. That will be the final play as they make the stop.